Video 9. How do we measure learning? You may recall that in video 1 of series 1, we spoke about how learning was often viewed as a change in behaviour. It led us to argue that if so, then learning should be measurable. So how, now that we know this, do we effectively measure learning? There is no one best way to measure learning. Unfortunately, we may have been conditioned to think that the only effective way to measure learning is through tests or exams. This couldn't be further from the truth. There are lots of different ways we can use to measure learning when supporting our child at home. Summative and formative assessments. In the school context, the words used to describe measuring of learning is called assessments. Teachers may talk about summative and formative assessment, but what does it mean? Well, a summative assessment is one that happens at the very end of the learning activity or plan. In schools, it will be the end of the school year or the end of the term, for example. A formative assessment happens throughout the year. It can happen at any time during the learning programme. Formative assessments when learning at home. It might be very interesting to find new and innovative ways to carry out formative assessments at home. These can include games such as word searches, online quizzes or team quizzes, mind mapping and so on. Formative assessments are all about guiding the child to improve along the way, which is why giving feedback in the right way about their performances in their formative assessments is extremely important. Feedback is one of the topics discussed in our next video. Essentially, it is crucial that formative assessment is accompanied by constructive and encouraging feedback. Without it, the child can feel discouraged and resist learning. Summative assessments. You may have to help your child prepare for summative assessments, such as school tests or examinations. Some useful ideas to do it include encouraging your child to work regularly and consistently. Help your child build his confidence by visualising success, for example. Explore with your child ways to reduce tension and stress, such as breathing activities, and support your child emotionally. Talk to your child about their emotions and state of mind during that time. So, top tip number 9. Start by having clear and measurable learning outcomes. Then, when thinking of measuring learning, challenge yourself to experiment with fun ways to assess whether learning has taken place. For example, how about measuring learning during a geography lesson by planning a treasure hunt?
In video 10, we learn tools and techniques to give feedback.